251 people were violently kidnapped from the western Negev to Gaza on October 7. The oldest of them, Shlomo Mansour, was then 85 years old. The youngest, Kfir Bibas, only 9 months old. 117 hostages had since been returned to Israel, along with 37 bodies. 97 hostages are still being held by Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Some of them were reportedly killed. One of those who have been to hell and returned home is 27 years old Andrei Kozlov. Andrei immigrated to Israel from Russia only a couple of years ago after he participated in the Masa internship program. On October 7, he was working as a security guard at the Nova Music Festival and was abducted by Hamas. After 8 long months in captivity, Andrei was rescued from Gaza along with 3 other hostages by Israeli special forces in the heroic Operation Arnon. These days, Andrei is meeting with communities across the United States and beyond. We wish to thank the Israeli Ministry of Diaspora Affairs for bringing him to us as well. Please welcome Andrei Kozlov.
הרבה אנשים יש פה. Wow. I need to pinch myself. I don't sleep. Hey, everybody. My name is Andrei Kozlov, and I am Russian-Israeli. You already probably know I was a hostage of Hamas for 246 days without any card. Tell me somebody 2 years ago it will happen with me. Yeah, hard to believe. Thank you very much for having me tonight here in America. I'm so happy to be here, really. I'm here tonight, free and speaking with you for one reason. I was rescued by IDF soldiers and elite counter-terrorism operatives. One of those brave men was named Arnon Zmora. And he was killed by terrorists while rescuing me. Aaron was one of my saviors and my personal hero. I would like to ask you to rise and join me in a moment of silence for him. May his memory be a blessing. Thank you. I would like to tell you about 5 days in my life. 5 days that define who I am as a man and tell you how and why I am here today. The first is August 28, 2022, the day I arrived in Israel. I started to collect all my papers for Aliyah in October 2021. My choice fell on Israel because of a lot of reasons. Included, it's a land my Jewish grandfather told me about my entire childhood. I was a regular guy who just decided to move and study in another country. And 2 years ago I did it, just 3 weeks before mobilization in Russia. I felt like I started a new life. Inspiration, new opportunities, sea, sun, dreams. My story is probably like those of so many Americans who come to Israel every year. It started with Taglit, Birthright, and Masa. 7 months passed, and I started to build my life in a new place. The second day to tell you about is October 7th, 2023. The day my life and the world changed, totally changed. Yes, sometimes life's gifts are not so nice. I was in country a little bit more than 1 year. I came from one war to another. Good start, I think. I first knew what was happening the way most of you did, from Google and Telegram, but after I heard the rockets and I saw the terrorists. And because I'm here now, you know that every step I took somehow was the right one to survive. Every direction where I choose to run, I found a car to get into. I cut my t-shirt not on purpose with barbed wire. I jumped from a cliff, and I remember this survive mode. Still remember. Then, didn't send any bye messages to my family. There is no need. You are totally sure that you come back, as was me. We were brought to Gaza, our hands tied behind our backs and blindfolded. Then one of them removed my blindfold, and he signed with his hands that he will kill me the next day. After, he showed me that he loved me. That was mine October 7th. The next day to know about was November 2nd. We were being held in a noisy area, so we heard people moving all day, until everybody from outside took something from their homes and left this area. Even all our guards left. One of them stayed with a big knife and rubber stick reading his Quran and praying. We were waiting for the house to be bombed, expecting to die during an hour and a half. This was one of the scariest moments I can remember. But every day in Gaza was terrible, every day. I also remember one night, it's my personal record, I heard 486 bombs, only for one night. Some people count ships to fall asleep. I counted bombs. That night, I didn't sleep. That whole time, I worked to stay alive. I fought to keep the fear away, including my greatest one, that I would never see my family again, that they would never even find my body. Now, I am so happy to say what I wanted to say, and I already did it, of course. Mom, my dad, Dima, grandmothers, grandfather, aunt, I love you. Thank you. The next day I want to tell you about was June 8, 2024. The day I was rescued along with Shlomi Ziv, Almog Meir Jan, and Noah Argamani. The day I was one of the very, very few lucky hostages who were rescued. I remember that feeling, one of chance to gain freedom you just have to reach for. But only at helicopter out of Gaza, I believed, I'm finally free. My parents arrived in Israel from Russia on next day. Only then I could breathe again. It's a feeling I fought for, a feeling that I survived for. And it's a feeling that remaining hostages must have, as me. The fifth and final day I must tell you about is today. Because today I stand in front of all of you. I don't have idea which rules and laws this crazy world has. Somebody dies, somebody gets what he prayed about. I know only one thing. I'm still that regular guy who I was before. Now, fortunately for me, I am able to influence a little. Nobody can understand feelings of hostages. Nobody. But we have to remember that 101 hostages are still in Gaza. Probably they don't know nothing, that they are underground, most of them. They don't drink and don't eat enough. And they pray every day to come back home, already 11 months. They don't know nothing, most of them. When will they come back? Will they even come back? Will they die today or not? They think about death every day, as me. They're angry, sad, weak, defenseless. And all of this accompanied by hopelessness. I'm appealing to all leaders, please, please, bring them all home. We must find a way to bring them all home for free before their time runs out. Thank you.